Hey ladies, so as we get closer and closer to the new year, I want to discuss how to boss up in 2026 because smart women are disgustingly independent. They've mastered self and they are focused on radical growth. And so I want to talk about how we can take this to the next level by not limiting ourselves to what the world and people around us tell us is what our capacity is. You never want to give someone else the power to tell you where you can cap your potential at. And this is why I want to discuss why it's so important to never take no for an answer in 2026 and why this is going to be a boss move for you ladies to level up and get to your next step. So when I say smart women don't take no for an answer, I simply mean that smart women see possibilities where other people see limits. I'm going to say that again, ladies. Smart women see possibilities where others see limits. So when someone is telling you no, or when someone's giving you a hard time, someone doesn't want to give you a seat at the table. How many times have we as exoticals and beautiful women, we've been excluded from places because people are intimidated or threatened. And maybe we lose a job, or we don't get a job opportunity, or we miss out on connections, or we miss out on building relationships because people tell us no, or people try to keep us isolated, or people want to create limitations and barriers of entry to make our lives harder. So when someone tells you no, what they're really saying is, I can't see it for you, or I don't want to see it for you. Some people don't want you to actually enter into spaces where they know you're going to flourish and thrive and grow and multiply, right? If you're already very abundant, you're already a magnetic person, people don't want to give you the cheat code at life by giving you a handout. Meanwhile, they'll give the girl who they feel sorry for a handout. This is why beautiful women on this channel, women who resonate, need to boss up and stop taking no for an answer and stop seeing rejection as something that's wrong with you. Smart women knows yeses live inside of her, okay? So smart women understand that you create the yes. You create the opportunity. You are the one that validates yourself, and you create your own space. You don't wait for a door to open. You just build your own entrance, period. And so I want you ladies to understand too that the mind shift in bossing up in this next year is really going to have to do with, for every rejection, every delay, every roadblock that a bitter Becky or bitter Betty tries to throw in your path, is a redirection to self-sufficiency. This is where self-mastery comes in. When people purposely throw roadblocks in your path, I want you to see that as a inkling and a hint for you to take matters into your own hands and become self-sufficient. Whatever fuels your fire, whatever gives you your power back, and whatever creates a pathway through a roadblock, you want to take that into your own hands, despite people's efforts to delay your path and to reject you, in the hopes that, you'll never get up again and that you'll kind of stay stuck. Secondly, how we're going to boss up in 2026 is we're going to become fully independent, ladies. So bossing up means depending on no one for your success. And what I mean by this, I don't want to say that you should rely on friends or your man or your family, but I want to say more so when it comes to your ability to be resourceful and reliant. You want to be able to lean on yourself always. Prioritize self-validation. Prioritize taking matters into your own hands when someone tries to deprive you of an opportunity, or deprive you of, getting in a door, or doesn't want to give you help. How many times have we gone to people who we thought we networked with or had a connection with, thinking that, because we come from the same community, because we look the same, or because we attended the same school, or we go to the same church, or whatever the case may be, we thought that these people would have our best interest at heart and that they would provide us with help and aid and assistance. You'll be very surprised, especially if you are a stunning girl, if you are hot, if you are gorgeous, if you carry it girl energy. People expect you to figure it out for yourself. They don't like helping it girls. It pisses them off for you to already have a lot of things going for you. And then on top of that, you're coming to them for help for something that's going to elevate you even more. They're not going to help you. They're not going to want to put you in pivotal positions to win. So what do you have to do? If someone refuses to help, refuses to support you or doesn't show up when you need them to, how you need them to, we're not begging these people. We're not chasing them, and we're definitely not going to complain. We're just going to take matters into our own hands, ladies. In 2026, we are taking radical action and we're taking radical responsibility for our lives, okay? And we are taking matters into our own hands. So bossing up has to do with creating our own resources, being resourceful. You know what I'm saying? If you are trying to learn a new skill or go back to school and you're looking for someone to help you, stop looking. Stop looking and be your own help. This is something that I had to learn the hard way this year, is that I had to be my own resource. I had to do my own research on things. I had to do my own digging, and it built character. I will say it may not be fun. It may be a little bit harder than having a camp and group of people behind me, supporting me and giving me the roadmap to every single step of my life. But when I say it has built character, it has built character. It has showed me that I don't need anyone, that I can rely on myself, and that I can always bank on myself. And it's also showed me that all I needed is myself. I used to be the type of person that thought I needed other people. I needed a network. I needed people to vouch for me. I needed people to, speak highly of me for certain things to come into fruition, or I needed to do all of these backflips and jumping through hoops to achieve something, when in reality, all I needed to do was bank on myself, trust in the Most High, trust in my own ability. And I have shocked myself with how far I've been able to go, what I've been able to achieve this year, because I decided, you know what, I'm going to take an unconventional path and just trust me and rely on me. And so, again, ladies, I'm not saying you shouldn't take help from people around you. Obviously, if you have a man who loves you, take the help. You know what I'm saying? That is a beautiful thing for a man to want to help you out and want to make your life softer. But when it comes to your career progression, or you leveling up your looks, or just getting closer to God, or just your spiritual growth, or your emotional healing, your therapy, your self-work, make sure that you are providing yourself with the tools you need before you go searching for it from other people. Because the second that we look for outside sources to provide for us or to fill voids, we are giving those people power to break us. I forgot the saying, but there's a saying that goes like, if you give them the power to validate you, you also give them the power to devalidate you. You give them the power to make you, you give them the power to break you. So one of the affirmations that I like to use is, I am my own source of security, validation, and success. This is something I like to say to myself often. And once you tap into that mindset, you become unstoppable, because no one can take away something that you built yourself, period. The third thing we're doing in 2026 to boss up is to practice radical acceptance. You cannot boss up while secretly battling self-doubt. And this is something that I struggle with. So I'm in the same boat as you ladies, right? I talk about these things because these are things that I've either worked on and have overcome, or I'm actively working through them, right? We are constantly in a state of refining ourselves. So we're never fully at the finish line when it comes to our level up journeys. So radical acceptance is really the foundation of your power as a woman, because it means that you're not apologizing for who you are anymore, ladies. If you have a big personality, if you take up a lot of space and you have shied away from that in the past, it's time to bring that out. You're not apologizing for taking up room. You're not apologizing for how brightly your light shines, for having a lot of aura, for being, you cannot apologize for these things. And this is something that I've struggled with, because depending on the people I used to be around, I used to feel like, damn, well, they're not getting this level of attention. Let me tone it down. Let me shrink myself down a little bit so they don't think I'm this person, or so that they can be comfortable in this friendship. But what does that get you? That gets you nowhere. Also, stop apologizing for what you've been through and where you're going. Your past is your past for a reason. Today is a new day. We are living in a new day, right? So we have an opportunity to be unapologetic about where we were yesterday, and then taking radical acceptance of that and moving forward to become our best versions today. And that's the beauty of a new day. There's so much symbolism in a new day, let alone a new year. Okay. And finally, ladies, we're eliminating distractions. So in 2026, we need to focus. I feel like, and I'm not going to get into politics, but I feel like this year has been heavy. It has been heavy, especially if you are a melanated woman in this society and in this country right now. You know the attacks and the level of attacks women like us are experiencing right now on all fronts. It has been exhausting. It has been draining. It has been taxing. It has been all of the things. So what we need to do going into 2026 is focus and eliminate distractions. You literally have to log off sometimes, ladies. If it doesn't grow you, it doesn't go with you. So ladies, I hope that these tips and tricks and strategies will help you to step into your boss up era of 2026. I think that this new year comes with a lot of promise. I think that it always gets really bad before it gets really good. And just hearing all of your stories, your emails, your comments, I'm not alone in this journey that we call life. It shows me that, I can relate to my sisters out there who are dealing with the same things, who are battling the same things, who are trying to master themselves and better themselves. It's just so beautiful to see all your comments and emails. And I just want to send a huge hug and kiss to all of you and just let you know that you guys are amazing. I thank you so much for rocking with me on this channel. I'm just so grateful for this community, and I'm so excited for this new year that's coming up. So I just want to switch it up and give us a little bit of a lighthearted, positive message today about, bossing up, leveling up, and just taking our life back after a shit show of a year. So ladies, drop down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.